Hey guys, I'm Leanne, Winston, Psychic Medium, and thank you for joining us. Good evening and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be around the world. It's great to see so many people from around the world actually joining in. We had a few from America last week, Scotland, obviously Australia, New Zealand. So we're seeing to be getting out there further and further. So please hit the share button, share with your family and friends, and help spread the word. I'm very honoured today to have a special guest that this is take two after last week's technical issues. Gotta love technical stuff. I'm not a big fan of it lately. Spirit does seem to play with it a little bit as well. So I will bring a special guest in shortly and find out what's going on in her world at the moment and what we've got to look forward to and the amazing things that she's got coming up. So I can see you guys all coming online. Hi Donna, Simon. Hope you're well, Simon. It's good to see you on here. Alan, Michelle. I won't go through all your names, guys. I can see you, Terrell. Sorry, Hannah. I see you're on there. It's good to see you joining in. Remember to hit the share button and invite your friends and family in as well. Sue may have a little bit of time to answer some questions, but I'd love to find out firstly what she's got coming up and going on and all that sort of thing as well with that, because I know she is a very busy lady and we're very honoured to actually have her on the show. So we'll just drop Sue up into the broadcast.
Hi everyone.
Beautiful. Hey
Hi.
Sue.
We got on this week because last week it just didn't work. I think it must have been the planets or something.
Yes, I think so. I don't think it was meant to be. It was a crazy week last week for a lot of us.
It's really weird, but we tried everything. But you know what? The universe does these things and we just have to go with the flow. Sometimes we just look at why these things are happening to us and then everything happens for a reason. And we just got to let it go, and that's what I say to people. Don't fight it. There's a reason behind it. Yeah.
Yep. I'm a firm believer of that. And I quite often lately find myself saying to people, just acknowledge it, spend a moment to process and let it go so you can move forward. The sort of thing, it makes a difference.
That's what you got to do, because otherwise we just harbour on it and think, I'm no good, honestly, with technology. I'm no good at all. I'm very much, recording my readings or whatever. But I think this is great because you're very clever, because I couldn't do it, Yeah.
It's taken a little bit of practice, but we're getting there. I think this is about my third week with that side of it. So, it's just getting your head around it. So we're really excited to finally have you on here because I know you are extremely busy and you're always on the go. I guess it's been quite a few crazy years for you. There's probably no rest at all between family, work, everything else.
I know. It's funny because I said to a friend today, I said, I feel, because I'm nearly 64, and I said, I'm working more. I'm 64 on Monday. Yeah, I just had to think.
Oh, my goodness.
And, 64. And I said to my friend today, I said, I feel like I'm working more and longer hours and being away than what I did when I was 40, and, you got your kids that are younger, but when they grow up, you can just go off for weeks at a time and then travel, but you can't when your children are younger, so my children are all grown up now, so
that's it. And it makes it hard, doesn't it, leaving it when they're on the younger sort of side of things. So
that's right. I know, but I love traveling, and I'm still touring. I go back on tour on the 15th of August, and I've got my Queensland tour. And I go down to Perth, and then I'll be working in Perth, and then I fly to Bali because I teach people, and I have a Bali retreat, and that's in September. So and then I will come back from there, and I will do Victoria in November. So so busy, and I do workshops as well. So I love teaching. I think the main thing that I love doing is teaching. Showing people how to work on it, on their psychic ability. You don't have to kind of be working in it. I just show you how to connect and open up those areas that can be open, and they're surprised at what they can find that they can do. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's a incredible thing to watch people grow to find their connections like that. So it must be really rewarding for you as the mentor and the teacher
I
to
just like,
be.
yeah, I just like, you know, when they get something and they go, was that right? And I go, yeah, it was right. And they're like really surprised. So I love it.
Yeah. Excellent. And with what I've seen of you over the years, so your students aren't just your students, they become like family.
Yeah,
You
they
never
become
forget a
my friends.
face.
I know, it's like, yeah, they do. You know, you come into a retreat or a workshop as strangers and you go away as friends, you know,
Yeah.
and they last forever, basically. I'm still connecting with the people that I'm helping, you know, in the retreat and my workshops, and I love it.
Yeah. It's beautiful. So I call it our soul family. It's like our
Yeah,
soul family coming
right.
together.
And
Yeah.
coming to that. So it's good. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the one thing I have an issue with, I talk too much, so you have to tell me to shut up or just cut it because I do that, you know, just keep going on and on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So I just put up a comment and Sarah's saying hello to you.
Hi, Sarah.
Natters.
I've got a daughter
Yeah.
called Sarah. And
Beautiful.
what's
That's right.
glasses on? Is that Natters?
Natters. I don't think that's their first name, but that's their name they use on Facebook. We've got Grace.
And Grace. Hi, Grace.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. I can see a picture of you, but I can't see your face. But
beautiful. Yeah. And we've got Rebecca. Yeah. So there's so many of them on here. I won't go through them all, but there are a lot of hellos. And so you probably may get the time later on to look through the comments after the show. Possibly. It is late over there at the moment. We're sort of 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a bit crazy. Yeah. So I'm sure Sue will at some stage get a chance to sort of have a look, guys, at your comments and stuff like that. Guys, keep sharing your posts. Invite your friends and family to join in as well. Nikki says hi from New Zealand. Love you, Sue.
Hi. Wow. New Zealand. Yeah. We need more New Zealanders on. Yeah. That would be good. Thank you for coming in, Nikki. Yeah,
it's been great seeing New Zealanders come on a bit lately. We've sort of had over the last few weeks, well, since I started doing the shows this way, it seems to be reaching through to a broader community. So it's really great with that side of it. So Celia, I'd love to talk to you about sensing murder and the things that you've done in the past, because a lot of people may recognise you from many years of dedication to the show.
Yeah, now the show, I've been working on that for 13 years now. I started, my first case was 2005. So 2005, I went in there very naive. I was the first psychic to go in, so I had not got a clue what they expected from me. So, you know, so it was very nerve-wracking. It really was, because you go in, you know, you go to the airport, you get your ticket, and they meet you at the airport, and then they've got a room set up with cameras, producers, sound, and they pass you a photo upside down, and you've got to go for over 8 hours with it. And just hope to God, I put my hand on it and go, whoever's under this picture, you better come through now, because I'm going to look an idiot. And touch wood, they've always come through and give me the messages. And it's very, I mean, none of the cases are very nice. I can remember every one of them, you know, and some of them have been so just traumatic, you know, really, like being stabbed 39 times.
Yeah.
And she kept crying, saying, please don't hurt my baby. Willie was stabbed. She was 4 months pregnant. And he kept stabbing that baby to death. It was horrible, you know, and you never really forget about the cases, you know. It's really hard. So, and the thing is, when you do a case, you're not allowed to talk to anyone about it. So I would come home and I'd be really stressed out, but I wasn't allowed to talk to anyone about it. And I found that part very hard, because I would go and have counselling, because it would really affect me. And so, yeah, it's been an amazing journey with Sensing Murder. It throws you into the limelight. It's like, whoa, you know. Yeah, it's like you just spend time doing readings, and all of a sudden I'm on television. Yeah.
And that's the thing, you're dealing with spirit and the crime and everything, the graphics of what you're being shown by spirit, the cameras, the whole lot sort of thing. And it'd have to be overwhelming at
It is
times,
because, yeah,
especially stepping
it's
into it.
like somebody coming to you for a reading and you've got
Yep.
all the cameras in your face, but, you know, it's like saying, okay, Leanne, we had somebody coming to you today, but she can't come, but we still want you to do a reading on her for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's it. And to
Yeah,
sit in that energy for 8 hours is very exhausting. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, that don't work in the mediumship sort of side of it, that it is very draining, and we do take that stuff on ourselves, and it's very much about finding a balance not to do that. And like you said, you've got somebody you talk to be able to express it and move a lot of that stuff, because you take
that's
it on
right.
like your own at
I know.
times.
And the other thing is, then they give you a map and you have to go in the car and go this way. And I mean, we've got really unusual names in New Zealand. I just spelled them out because I can't pronounce them. And so you've got to do that as well. You've got to gauge where they were last seen, or where the body was, or where they lived, etc. And yeah, it is very, very stressful.
Yeah, that's it. So I remember here about 3-4 years ago, we were in New Zealand on a boat cruise, and we went to, I think it was Wellington off the top of my head, and there was a beautiful garden. Yeah, sort of thing. And next to this amazing area of garden, like a big landscape sort of thing, was an oval, and we drove through from the landscaping up the passageway into the car park of the oval. And as we drove through, I went, oh my God, I've seen Sue here on Sensing Murder. And I think it was only not far down the road that the gentleman lived that had been murdered and his body dumped in an oval or something there. I remember there was a connection to the pub not far from there as well. This is going back many years ago.
That was a long time ago. That was George. I didn't do that one. That was in Wellington, but we're not allowed to do cases where you live. Yeah. Because they say, people say if you could know the case or whatever. So we weren't allowed to do cases anywhere around where you lived. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going in very blind to the whole thing.
That's right.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you ever stay in contact with any of the families that you connected with through the cases?
I've only ever done that, the ones I did last year. And I met all the family members. And I met another one that I did, but that was it really. Yeah. Unless they contact you, but they don't contact you. Yeah. It'd be nice. I'd like to meet up with them, but you don't want to, be forward with them because they might not want to see you. So I'll leave it there. Sue, come back to Perth. Yes, I'm coming back to Perth. And I'm coming to Perth with my show. I do Perth on the, I do the 7th of September, Mandurah. I've got Perth, Mandurah. Is it Mandurah? Yeah. So I'm in Perth then. It's all on my website. So you can have I've just put Sue's website up on the screen for people that would like to have a look at a calendar. She's got everything up on there to show you where. And I think by memory, Sue, on your website, you have links to your tickets for your shows as well. And I've got a brand new show as well. It's a brand new show that I've got. So it's really good. Yeah. So I take people into it, meditate. I take them back home, and there'll be people knocking on the door and see loved ones. So we bring the loved ones in. A lot of years. It's beautiful. It's just so lovely. And I do different things. I mean, I'm still teaching, but I bring them through as well. But that's part of it. And there's surprises in the room for people, and it's really good. And I've had a lot of feedback, and they're saying, we love this show because it's more interactive with the audience.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Roz just has a question for you. This is one of my beautiful ladies I work with as well. So she says, do you enjoy work side of connecting with spirit? Yeah, so as in connecting with spirit, are we talking about psychic readings, or are we talking about spirit as people coming in? Or I would say people coming in. People coming in, yeah. Well, when I'm working, because when we do this job, I never know who's going to come in, because they're not on tap. We can't just call them in like that.
But it's interesting. I have a mixture of the psychic and the medium, work and things like that. So I mix it up a bit. I just sit there, and whatever spirit is going to give me or pass to me, or what they want me to see, or who they want me to see, and that's how it works. Yeah. So both of it, I really use both of them. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you haven't had a chance to get out to see one of those shows, have a look and see where she is. She may be close to you. I've had the privilege of being to a couple of your shows now, and I remember we always walking out having a good laugh as well. There's the emotions, the tears, the laughter, the whole lot. So there's never a dull moment, and some really heartfelt moments.
Well, I mean, spirit brings some funny things in as well, their habits and how they were, and you can sometimes you feel the energy drop where we've had, I mean, because not everybody passes with a heart attack and cancer. We get many different people come in with how they pass, but sometimes when the energy drops, they'll bring somebody in who had a really funny sense of humor, and we're laughing away, and there's some of the things they say, and I've got a funny sense of humor as well, so
Definitely.
Quite a varied night, actually.
Yeah. And it's great, though, because, it doesn't always have to be about the sadness of everything. Life is full of a lot of things. So Tanya would like to know, so are you coming back to Gawler, SA, please?
Is that South Australia? Where's
South Australia. So it's just out the other side of Adelaide, north of Adelaide.
Oh, yeah, by Adelaide. Probably would be, because my schedule now is booked right up to the end of the year, but probably we may look at it next year, with Adelaide. Yeah. Adelaide reminds me of New Zealand.
Does it?
Like New Zealand, yeah. It reminds me of Christchurch in the South Island. Yeah. So we'll look at that. I'll talk to my manager, Terrell, and I think she's watching there. And we'll have a look at that. Yeah, because I've got a retreat. Got a retreat that's a level 2 in Taupo, which is in the North Island. And then in October, November, the one is booked out. We're going to Egypt. So I'm taking a tour there.
Oh, my goodness, that would be incredible.
And the one sold out within 3 days. And we've got another one up, and there's only 5 places left now. So that's nearly sold out. So we may look at doing a third one, like early Christmas in Egypt. Yeah, so
beautiful.
Yeah, so I went there in 2011, amazing experience, and so I'm going back with more people. Yeah,
excellent. And what about your books and stuff like that? Because what have you got now? Is it 2 books, 3 books?
Yeah, my first book was that came out some time ago, but my new book is called Earth, Life and Beyond. Oh, I've got one over here. This is my new book. Funny how I was told to bring that into the office. So Earth, Life and Beyond. Okay.
Beautiful.
And it's got everything in there. I was actually in Australia, in Sydney, because my daughter lives in Sydney, and I was sitting there and I thought, I don't know what to call it. And then suddenly they showed me the Earth, but it was like I like the pinky bluey purple colour. And they said Earth, Life and Beyond. I went, wow, because we come to Earth, we live here, and then we're gone. We're beyond. Yep. So what is beyond? You know what I mean? Yep. So it was good. So there's everything in there that you want to know. And it's a really good learning book as well, just study book as well, and stories and, lots in there. Yeah.
Excellent. And so is that on the shelves now for people to be able to purchase?
Well, you can buy it from my website and we send it to you, because I always self-publish. And the thing is, I didn't want to go with a publisher, because they can alter it and they do what they want with it. If they don't think it's selling good, they can put it in the bargain bin somewhere, and do that. And I thought, no, I want to own my book. And so it's selling really well. So you can order it off my website and we send it to you. And if they want to sign a copy, I'll sign it for them. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. And I've also got a packet of your beautiful butterfly cards here as well. So I'm not sure.
I like those. Yeah. That's working with all the chakra energies through the body. And also there's 5 minor cards and 2 major ones. That's the guardian and the teacher card. So when they come out, the guardian is saying, just watch out. Don't just hold back a bit, because you need to look at this situation. And the teacher comes out with a book and a little butterfly in it. So it's just telling you this is what you're needing to learn. So they're very easy to read, because all you do is, we've altered the book now. So the book has colours in it. So you can look and reference the colours to the cards.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Excellent. I love my cards. I love just sitting here and holding them and play with the energy of them as well. So Carissa would like to know, have any of the cases ever been solved with the information from Sensing Murder?
Hi, Carissa. Well, when we go in, right, I give the information and we never hear anything. I don't even know what they do with the information. And so we can bring new things up and they hand it to the place. The production team hand it to the place. So I go in, do my work, come out, and that's it. Nobody ever tells you what has happened or like that. So I don't know. And we do get that a stigma around it saying, well, no cases have been solved, but it's called sensing, not solving. So sensing a murder or missing person or whatever. So I go in there blind basically and come up with the information. But I really don't know what they do with the information or whether they actually look at it. I don't know.
And it's very hard when it comes to the law, because they need hard proof. So sometimes you can't go into court and say this information come from a psychic, because the judge is like, going to throw it out.
No, that's right. And I'm not allowed on a jury service. I'm not allowed on there. They told me I wasn't allowed on there. Okay, because they said it was a conflict of interest. I'm going, okay, maybe if we had people like me on there, we wouldn't have to spend some millions on cases and the jury and all of that for months and months. Yeah, so that's right.
Remember that next time. Yeah, I have to remember that next time I get called up for jury duty.
Because they called me up when I was working on cases, and I told them, and they said, we'll take you off the list. You're not allowed to do it. So
that's it.
It's good, really.
Yeah, it is. And I know from my side of things, with a little bit that I've done with cold cases and missing people and that, I've spoken with some detectives over time. They never give me any feedback either, and I don't want to know either, because I'm only the messenger.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it. So
that's right. And I mean, when I do Sensing Murder, we don't show everything, because you can't show what I'm being told, basically, the names, but we're also dealing with gangs of people. What I mean, you've got to be very careful. And I mean, I was threatened the first time I done Sensing Murder. It was shown on air. It was Leanne Williams, and it was about 10-1, and the phone rang, and I thought it was one of my girls, so I picked it up, and he said, I've been searching. He said, you Sue Nicholson? I went, yeah. I said, who's this? I thought, 10-1 in the morning. He said, I've been searching for you. He says, and I watched you on television. And he said, you weren't that far from the body, so you better keep your mouth shut.
Oh, my goodness.
And put the phone down. I went, okay. Yeah, because it was in bushland. It was in bushland and water, So then, I told the Sensing Murder people, and they said it's not safe for you to do readings at home, because I was stalked as well.
Yeah,
and he was quite violent. Yeah, so it wasn't very good. Yeah.
That's it. And I know you've had trouble over the years, Sue, and I've certainly had my fair share of people that get their backs up against us with what we do as well, and the nasty messages we can get. So I'd like to share this one with you from Cheryl Sue. She says, Sue is an amazing lady, and she saved me, and you got the blessing hands there, honey. So
thank you. Hi, Cheryl. I'll see you soon. Yeah, she's a lovely. She came to me, and she lives in Napier, and she's such a lovely woman. Came to me for readings, and I helped her with a passing of her husband. It was quite sad, and it was hard for her. So we became friends. She's lovely. Yeah. So when I go to Napier, there I go and pop in, have a cup of tea with her and have a chat. Then sometimes her husband will pop in and just be chatting all night. Yes, that's right. So I mean, we don't plan it. It was just the way it is, when people pop in. Yeah.
It is. You can't control it. We're not there to shut it off or to bring them in. They will come when they want to. I love it. So, yeah. Now, Alice just has a question, if you don't mind answering a question. She says, "Hi, Leanne and Sue. I would love to know what will happen in my love life in the near future. Thank you."
Okay, so I got hi, Alice. I got as soon as got cold shivers come through there. So I got all this excitement then, a lot of excitement coming in. I just asked Spirit. Okay, they're talking to me very quickly. Okay, actually, Alice, you actually sense Spirit around you, because when I got that cold shiver, I thought, well, who's with her, please? I'm getting a grandfather with her that comes in, and he's clapping his hands and he's saying, he's talking, as I'm asking him, I'm saying, what about Alice? And he goes, she needs to concentrate on some of her, I see new learnings coming in and new things happening around her, but I feel a lot of excitement in her love life. He tells me this time will be the right one, and he's got his thumbs up, okay? Because there's been a lot of, I feel like, okay, your head says one thing and your heart says another. Your heart wants somebody, but your head goes, I don't know, this, that, and the other. So you've got to, go with your heart and that emotion and let go of the other emotions, because there's been a lot of emotions there. And I would just, okay, September. Okay, I just see a lot of energy shifting September, October for Alice, and I see a lot of excitement there. Okay, feeling your energy is going to be lifted up. That's what I'm getting. Okay, don't harbor on the past. That's what they're telling me. Don't harbor on the past. I feel like I want to get a pair of scissors and cut the past off. That's what I want to do. Okay, so all the best, Alice. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. What a lovely reading. Thank you, Sue. Nikki says, oh my gosh, I want to come to Egypt. So maybe check out Sue's website.
And we've got we've got special permission. I do I'm going to take my coat off, it's a bit hot in there. We do a meditation in the arms of the Sphinx where no one's there, and it's sunrise. So the sunrise is behind me, and we're all in the arms of the Sphinx. And I do a meditation. Wow. It was amazing. We've done that last time. And what happens is, in Egypt, you pay the guards and things like this, and nobody's around, because you're not allowed to go by the Sphinx. You're not allowed to touch it, because it's all it's all fenced. It's all fenced off. You're not allowed there. So we go in there, which is good. So we'd love to see you, Nikki. Yeah, come and have some fun with us. Yeah, and I'll be taking you as well. Yeah.
Yep. I need to put this one up. It says, hi, Leanne and Sue. That is my mum.
Oh, hi, Mum. Yeah, nice to see you.
I told her this afternoon she had to hop on and watch before she goes to bed.
Okay.
So, and it's a family affair. My auntie's here as well. So Suzanne's saying hello as well.
Hi. We're a family affair. Mine are in bed.
It is, very much so.
I think Terrell's listening. She's watching.
Yep. So I did see her name before pop up as well and say hello. So I might just put Olivia up. Olivia would like to know, is my grandmother close and watching over me? We lost her last year and I'm a little lost. Oh, honey, my heart goes out to you. Sorry for your loss.
As soon as you said, it was like I felt this beautiful, soft energy coming. And over my shoulder was this big bunch of roses, like she was, it feels like there's so many in there, because I feel like I want to take one out for all the family members. That's what I want to do. So there's a big bunch of roses. She's such a lovely person. And, she was such a big part in your life and the rest of the family. I feel like somebody's, with her passing, is like a big chunk gone. It's like, I'm seeing a cake. Birthday coming up, because she's showing me a birthday cake. I'm seeing cake, and I think she liked cake because there's a chunk out of it. There's a big but she showed me a cake, a birthday cake. It actually, I think she used to love baking, because to me it looks like a home baked Victoria sponge. That's what I'm getting. Okay, she's showing me that, but she's good. Okay. Okay, she told me that when she went, it was a hard journey for her. So I feel it was a hard passing. She didn't want to go. She did not want to go. But I actually feel that she had to do a lot of healing. Well, she's out of the healing rooms now, and she's like full of life. Okay, she tenders to a garden, she's telling me. Yeah, so the flowers are from the other side with love. Yeah.
It's a very bubbly energy is the feeling I get from her as well with that. So I love it. So thank you, Olivia.
Does. Sorry, what was the lady's name again?
Olivia.
Olivia. She just on your left arm, Olivia, she just touches you gently to say, it's okay, everything's all right. I just felt this hand touched me on my arm. So when you get that, it's your grandmother, okay, coming in to say hello, that she's good. Yeah, she'll always be a part. She doesn't start talking. She'll always be a part of your life, no matter who she's on the other side. But she tells me she'll come into your dreams. Okay, yeah.
Beautiful. I love the way that spirit connects through our dreams. So Charlie says, hi, Sue. Should we go? We really need some guidance, please.
Okay. Hi, Sue. Should we go? Well, I'm being told yes. It's time. Okay, I feel like I want to. I've got these cards over. Yes, they're telling me yes. Yes. There's been a lot of procrastination. Okay, you've got the honesty card, and you've got to be honest with yourself. Okay, that's the honesty card. And these are Mother Mary. It's really now being honest with yourself. And I feel like there's other people around, like kind of mixing your head up a bit, you know, when you go, we're going to, you know, that's it, we're doing it. And somebody comes in, they go, oh, but this, but that. And it just kind of alters things a bit. You've got to go. That's what they're saying, you've got to go. So it feels like everything's been now put in place and you've got to go. It's time to go. Yeah. So they're not hesitating, because sometimes they will say, no, hang fire, but they are. And it's like getting all your, what's that in a row? All your ducks in a row. I see ducks in a row. Getting all your ducks in a row and just do it. Okay, so I think also you need to be honest with other people. I feel like I want to say, you know what, mind your own business. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and we're going. Okay, yeah.
And it's funny because I was feeling like she's put everybody else first for so long. It needs to be about her now. It's not about her and her family.
It was like I wanted to say to everybody, back off. This is it. It's been some time I've been thinking about it, and I need to do it now. Yeah.
Time to make that stand, I think. So we've got Debbie that says, hello, ladies. So,
hi, Debbie.
Lovely to see you on. Yeah,
Debbie
beautiful.
Chapman. My mother-in-law was called Chapman. That was because she married again, and her name was Chapman. But I think she's dead. She don't talk to us anymore, but I think she's dead, actually. I keep seeing the face.
But she's still visiting there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I keep seeing her, but you know, she married again, and that was her name, Chapman. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And how is the amazing Steve?
He's good. He's my manager, but I'm the boss. He goes, he just looks at me. He puts a lot up with me, but he's used to it, you know. He's very easy going, you know. And sometimes
you guys have been together for a long time.
Yeah, we've been together 42 years in February. Yeah,
my goodness.
It's a long time. Spirit told me when I was a young girl, very young, I remember, and they said, you will marry somebody called Stephen. And when I was little, when you're little, you think, married? I don't want to marry anyone. And anyway, I met somebody that was not my soulmate. It was totally different, opposite to you. And then that energy finished, and he was actually cheating on me, and he married someone else 6 weeks before my marriage to him.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding?
I had everything. And Spirit says to me, you're not going to marry him. He's not going to marry you. He's cheating on you. And I go, no, he's not. And I found out he was. And then he admitted it. And he says, I'm actually engaged to her. Now, we've got everything booked. The church, everything.
Oh, my goodness.
6 weeks before. So anyway, that's that. And he done me a favour, actually, because a year after that, I met Steve.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so it was interesting. He's my soulmate. He's good.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. I like Steve. He's a good stir.
Sorry?
Okay, he's a good stir. I get a good laugh out of Steve.
Oh, yeah, no.
I can stir him and he stirs me back. So Taryn says, hi, Sue. Can you please tell me if we are going to get a girl?
Oh, you know what? They're saying to me here, it's like opening your Christmas presents before it's Christmas. Okay, right. So I'm not, I don't know, they're not showing me that, but I just think of wanting, having a healthy baby. Do you know what I mean? It's like having a healthy baby will be good. There's a question mark. I don't know if you've had a miscarriage before, because I'm getting a child that came here very quickly and went. Okay, so I'm not sure if that, but I do feel that was a girl. Okay, right. I don't know what you're getting, Leanne.
I feel the girl's been around her. Yeah,
that's what I'm getting. I'm feeling an energy of a girl. So I mean, sometimes, you know, children will reconnect back again into the family because it wasn't the right time for them to come at that moment, and they changed the mind. Because when we come here, we choose our parents and we choose the life that we had, but we don't know what we're going to get because it's not there. You know, you just don't see that when you're young. But sometimes we will opt out and go, I don't think I can do this at the moment. And we have a miscarriage, and they can come back again and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm coming round again to do it. Yeah. So,
yeah. It's in the timing.
It's a very, very spiritual baby. It's a very spiritual. I keep seeing a crystal child, so it's going to be very psychic child. But it's going to
so hold on to your hat.
I know babies bring joy into a family, but this is like, it's just that energy of this child is going to be very calming for that family. For some reason, that's what they're showing me. It's a very old soul. Yeah.
Beautiful. Gotta love the old souls. They come back to teach us. Rachel says, oh gosh, I've seen Sue in Galway. She kept getting Galebs and dead cats.
Wow. What's
Caleb? I think he's a gentleman that visits her house by memory. I reckon, Rachel, I've been out to her house once before and done a house cleansing. So it's a gentleman that resides in a home. And you were bringing this gentleman through, a gentleman in spirit, and you were picking up on the dead cats as well. So Rachel's house has a lot of energy in it.
It's like, you know, sometimes people, you know, have the animals and they actually, you know, bury them in the garden, you know, and sometimes when they sell the house or somebody else moves in, you know, the cats are still there in spirit, the same as when we pass over. You know, the cat's energies are still there, the animals' energies are there, and they come out. So quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Here's one from Chrissy. It's a long one. I haven't quite read it all. She says there was a case on Aaron Hope on sensing murder and odd death at sea. A diver, my son lost his life in the same manner. Similar case, both were suspected murders.
Oh, okay, because I didn't do that one. Deb and Calvin done that one. So I didn't know anything of that. It's quite interesting when things happen at sea and it's like they all closing together. Do you know what I mean? Like not saying anything. And when you look at it, and there's, you know, Steve likes watching that fishing trawler thing. I don't know if you have that on telly there. And they're out at sea. It's quite a close kind of energy, and they get on each other's nerves, and you can see how they would in a close in confined together, and you can see how things would get out of hand. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like that. And they've only got to chuck you overboard. Nobody will find you. It's like, you know, the people on board wouldn't say anything because they all stick together.
They do.
And it's very hard to prove anything. You know,
you've got nowhere to run to get away.
No, you can't. You can't. And you're not going to survive even if you jump overboard to get away from them. You're not going to survive in that when nobody knows you've gone, and they're not going to report you, because if they report you, then you're going to say what happened.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
It's very hard because those I just feel like with, the passing of your son, things don't add up. There's a lot of kind of faults in people's statements. That's what I'm getting. One saying one thing, one saying it was grey and a bit of black in it, and one saying, oh, it was all black, and it's just not adding up. That's what I'm getting. And I don't think really, it's really hard, but I don't think you'll ever find out what happened.
No, I have that feeling.
That's hard when you lose a child that way, and in your heart of hearts that it wasn't exactly like it's been said it was, and it must be so hard with that, to live with that, knowing you have a feeling. Yeah.
That's it. And I guess it's important for her to trust her intuition as well, her gut feelings.
Yeah, that's right.
To find peace within that.
Yeah. And, I get, honestly, I've got to phone a lady up and, she came to my show and afterwards she stood there and she said, and I said, you've got your mother. And I said, there's unanswered things here. And she reckons that the stepfather killed her. So we've got to be very careful. You've got to, and I said, I'll give her a call and have a look at it, because I said she was in a house, in a bed, but the circumstances weren't right. And, marks on her body, but when you work in this industry, you've got to be very, very careful what you say, because
definitely
be adjunct to that. It can be mistaken. Like, we can say so much, but they've put a bit more in it, and we never said that. And I was actually, some years ago, I think it was about 3 years or so, the Skeptic Society asked me to actually do a talk, and they were quite shocked. I'm actually going to find that clip and put it back on there because it was interesting. And anyway, TV3 interviewed me about a case, and they twisted it all around and said that I solved a case and he was in prison. I didn't even say that. I did not say that, and they crucified me, honestly. It was so bad. They put me on the 6 o'clock news twice.
Are you kidding?
No. And
without the right facts.
The family wanted to lynch me. That took me down a very, very dark path when they done that to me. I had so many people wanting to say, why don't you kill yourself? Why don't you do this? And it was so bad. It was really bad what they done to me. And I had to think, whether I wanted to do this anymore because of the pressure. And when your face is on television, you get these people, just some of them it's just horrible, it's really hard. But, I chose to do that. I chose to do it. But at the time, I was naive. I did not think that there were that many mean people out there. But as Steve says, he goes, look at the 90%, not the 10%. That's what you've got to do.
And that's it. And sometimes it is a little bit hard because we're human ourselves. We've got a heart. We feel it. We're doing and sharing the information. We're the communicator. We don't always have the control of what comes through. What comes through just has to come through.
And also as well, like, we're only human and we make mistakes, but people don't look at it like that. I fell over in one of our department stores and the floor was slippy and I went bang onto my hip really bad. And I couldn't get it. I've got a forceps there now because that was the start of it. And I lay on the floor and people walked past and they said, I thought you were psychic. You should have known.
Oh, I get that all the time.
It was like I couldn't get up because I really hurt myself. And I thought, how could people be like that, But they do, we get asked some weird things. What's the lotto numbers? Well, if I knew them, I wouldn't be talking to you, would I? You know what I mean?
That's right. I always say if I had $1 for every time I've been asked that, I wouldn't have to work.
No, that's right. I just don't get them. I wish I did. I do.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got the Melbourne Cup and I never put it on myself. I tell other people and they get quite a bit of money back, And these horses have got like 3 legs, but they win. And it's like a lot of money they get back off it. I
bet on a horse that falls over usually.
Or it's going around the wrong way.
That's it. I've got to put this question up, otherwise I get a phone call tomorrow saying you missed my question. So this is from my auntie. She would like to know, she says, hi Sue, will I ever manage to get my bladder problems under the control? I guess she means the screen.
Yeah. I actually feel that you will. For some reason, I feel, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting needles. They want me to tell you to go and see an acupuncturist, a Chinese acupuncturist. The bladder, like I've done a course recently in Australia, and I've become a teacher of Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. So I'm a teacher of that. The bladder is all about what are you holding on and who's peeing you off. Do you know what I mean? Who's peeing you off?
I had a couple of names come straight to head then when you said that, knowing her.
I feel it's like it's been there for some time though. You know what I mean? And the bladder is a muscle, and the muscle, you know, all our muscles have a memory, okay, and it feels like it's been there for some time. That it's forgotten how to actually control that muscle. So we've got to bring the memory back into there. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit like when people have Botox. They have Botox and the muscle forgets, you know. So when it finishes, it's like everything drops because we need to, you know, we use more muscles to actually, is it frown? Yeah, than laugh, you know, smile. Yeah. So I do feel it will be coming under control, but it needs more investigation through a different area. I don't feel she's getting the right information. I feel like somebody's saying, oh, I don't know. I don't know if they said to her that she may need an operation or something, but I can't see that at the moment, you know. But I would go and see an acupuncturist, okay, and then look at it and start getting the chi, the energy flowing in through the body, because that's where it's stuck. So there's something in there. If I sat with her, I would be saying, okay, when you think of that bladder, who comes into your mind? You know, who is on your mind and where it affects you is that because you're getting peed off with them. It can be the past or it can be now. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of like that situation, Susie, where I think I've said to you before, what you're holding on to your energy field, it becomes the physical. The body can't keep carrying it.
It can't because, you know, when we have the emotions and, you know, when we're feeling happy and have those endorphins go around, it's good. When we have the anger, the sadness, the fear, all of those change the actual structure of the cells, and it changes. It's been proven scientifically, and that starts to go and hit the weakest point. So if we're thinking about that issue all the time and that emotion, then it goes and finds the weakest point and it will break it down. So with your auntie, it's breaking it down in that way. Yeah.
I'm sure she's probably not going to mind me sharing a little bit of information, but she has got MS as well. So this is just an extra thing on top of the MS as well.
Which I feel that the MS is hard, but I feel the bladder part can be sorted. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, that part of it is, I don't know, MS. Does she get tingling and everything?
She does. When you said needles, that was where my first thought went, was the tingling, because it's nerve ends and stuff like that.
Weird. I thought, I'm getting all these tingling in my hands. It's like pins and needles in my hands. Then
it's
I've
very
got
painful.
That's not good. I also feel I want to look at her diet.
Yep.
I want to look at what she's eating and looking at what the foods you can have, what you're not supposed to have with MS, you know what I mean? So that as well. So it's like looking at the whole range of it, because, you know, we do give medication, and sometimes the medication is not good on certain parts of our body, and that may be affecting the bladder as well, you know?
I don't know if you've heard of the book Sue, Medical Medium by Anthony Williams, I think it is.
I think I have, yeah.
Yeah, that may be a good book for her to read with the diet side of it as well, because he looks at different foods and how our body works with it.
Yeah, that's right, because some of my food, like I got told I've got IBS, irritable bowel, and, you know, the thing is not eating those certain foods. It aggravates it, you know, like gluten and things like that. So a good diet for people that have an issue is called the FOD, FODMAP diet. Yeah.
Okay.
So if they've got like problems with their gut, and if your stomach swells out, that's food fermenting in your stomach. So this is really good for IBS, and other gastric problems as well in your stomach. Yeah, and it works. So, there's lots of foods you can eat. You just stay away from the red part, column. Don't eat that, but you can eat a lot of the other food. Yeah.
Beautiful. And it's finding the balance, I guess. It's like any diet that we sort of try to do or implement.
Yeah, well, that's right. But I find it hard because I had my thyroid out, and that's like, it's really, really hard. Spirit just said to me, I haven't gone for my blood test because I have to have a blood test every couple of weeks, and I can see the blood form up there on the wall, but I haven't gone, so I must go tomorrow and get it done. Yeah.
I love the way they remind us of these things. I could be doing a reading and all of a sudden I get a message for myself. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm listening.
I know it's your own personal secretary, spiritual secretary.
That's it, exactly. I've got my physical one. My physical one says eat, drink, sleep.
Oh, yeah, I know that's right. But, our body talks to us and our body can repair itself as well.
Oh, definitely.
Just listen to it, basically.
And it's incredible what we can do through our own minds as well, the willpower of our own mind.
Oh, yeah.
In that same sense.
Yeah. Then I was watched this documentary once, and is it called the placebo test? They give a tablet and it's a lolly, but they told it was a new cure for cancer. And so it was a hospital in America, and there was this doctor, and he wanted to take some of the patients who were terminally ill, and he said to them, look, I want to do some work, but you're not allowed any medications, you're not allowed anything, no treatment whatsoever. Half of them said no, because of fear of stopping your treatment. And anyway, every morning they'd go with him. He put them through hypnosis, and he gave them this little white tablet. And he said to them, this is the new tablet that they've found to cure cancer. And it was a lolly.
Wow.
And the ones that went and done that placebo test and all of that and took the lollies, the other ones, a lot of them passed away. But these, their cancer was diminishing. So it's quite
incredible, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like,
I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It can work without telling them. Yeah, no.
I love it. So here's a message from one of my beautiful clients. Heather says, hey, Sue and Leanne, hope you're both are well. Just wanted to say thank you for what you do. You are amazing people. So I've just ordered your Earth Life and Beyond book. Can't wait to read it.
I'll sign that for you. I'll sign it.
Heather.
I'll put a note on the thing when the book comes in, then I'll sign it for Heather. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Heather, I look forward to hearing all about it.
Yeah, I'll have to send you one of my books, Leanne. I'll send you one.
Oh, that'd be lovely. That can be something I can sit at night and do rather than sitting on the computer.
Yeah, that's good.
So thank you for that. Thank you. Excellent.
I'll send it to Leanne. Yeah. No, that's
okay,
good.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Heather, I'm sure you're going to really enjoy that book as well with that. So I might leave the questions there because we're nearly out of time. I'd love, Sue, just if you don't mind, to run back over what you've got coming up and maybe a bit of information about your retreats.
Oh, yeah. So I'm doing Queensland. So I'm going, it's all on my website, but I'm going, I love the Gold Coast. I'm going there actually. So we've got Brisbane, Gold Coast, Toowoomba.
Coolangatta?
No, Caboolture. Is it Caboolture?
Oh,
Hervey Bay, Bundaberg, Gladstone, Rockhampton, Mackay, Townsville, Cairns, Perth, is it Mandurah? Oh, I can't even say it. In Perth. Where's the MAN? Mandurah. Is it Mandurah?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I've got a workshop, level 1 workshop in Brisbane. Yeah, so I've got a workshop there, and then I've got a workshop in Perth, which is a level 1, and then I fly out to Bali. So we've got the Bali retreat from the 14th to the 21st. So that's full on. That's lovely. And then I go to Victoria, so Milton, Ringwood, workshop show. Then I've got Geelong, Ballarat, Dalesford show, Dalesford workshop, Bendigo, Shepparton, Albury, Wagga Wagga, Wollongong. That's in the so we're moving on to by Sydney, isn't it? Then is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your Albury Wodonga is on the Victoria-New South Wales border, and a couple of those other Wagga Wagga's New South Wales off the top of my head, sort of thing. So excellent. Australia is becoming your second home.
Oh, no, I'm spending a lot of time. I find, I'm not just saying this because Australians are listening, but Australians are very open. They're very,
Yeah.
I find them very spiritual. I'm not saying that Kiwi are, well, people have asked me to go to England because I'm English, but I don't know. I just don't want to work there really. I have got something coming up that we're in the proceeds of it, of me working in England, but not on the, it's a program. It's a television program, but not doing shows and things, because I tried when I was over there for a holiday years ago. I was trying to do readings, but that was so, I don't know. I'm not saying everybody is, but
No.
I just love Australia, and it's only over 3 hours away from me on the plane. Yeah. So it's
excellent.
good.
Oh, well, we love catching up with you here in Australia, and when you're over, we have to have a cup of coffee and a chat.
Yeah, it's been nice chatting away and, talking about things. And thank you, everyone, for coming in and supporting Leanne. And that's really good, yeah. So that's good that people connect all over the world. Isn't it amazing with technology now? We
it
connect all over the world and just pop in there and
that's it.
It's really.
And I'm sitting in my office. I'm pretty sure you're in your office.
I'm in my office. So I'm in my office, and it's just amazing. I mean, technology is improving every single day, so it's going to get bigger and better. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so I will let you go because I know it's probably good midnight there for you, and I'm sure you've probably got more work to do before you go to bed. Hopefully, we might hear about another book coming out soon. Any hints?
No, that hasn't been out long, so I need to. Yeah, I mean, I could do. I'd like to write children's books, because when my girls were little, I used to make up all these stories, and they're my eldest is 40 and the youngest is 34, and they still remember those stories, because there was what do you call it? The ending had to be something where it was positive, that to help other people or something like that. So there was always a moral of the story. That was right. So yeah,
and we can always do. Sorry, Han. I was just going to say we can always do a lot more positive energy in the world.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, there's other things I've got in the pipeline which will be good. So I'm working on that, but it's just having time to do it. Yeah.
That's the thing. There's not enough hours in the week, is there? All right, guys.
I must tell everybody this. On Friday, it is a major, major day, because it's the 27th of the 7th, 2018, and it all adds up, the 2 and the 7, and that number adds up 999, and 999 is a very strong Christ energy, adds up to 27, and 2 and 7 is 9, and there's an eclipse. So
it's all happening.
If you want to do some meditation and connecting with the higher powers and bringing loved ones, that's major. It's a major day on Friday. Yeah.
So could this, with this energy of Friday coming in, could this be why a few people are having a lot of stuff come up that they need to move the last couple of weeks?
That's right. There's been a shift in energy, and people kind of trying to find what they're meant to be doing, people leaving them, or what emotions coming up, because the moon alters the waves of the oceans. So the moon and the tides, and we're made of 75% water, so the ocean affects our moods because it affects the water within us. So it's quite interesting. So yeah, I'm doing a meditation, putting your stones outside, your crystals outside when there's a moon, even though you can't see it, it's the energy in the atmosphere. Yeah, so interesting.
That's it. Excellent. Well, I'm just going to put your website up there just for people to check out again. I think that's supposed to be .com, isn't it? I've missed the M there, so sorry, people.
That's all right. So if you just type in on the website Sue Nicholson, it comes up on my website anyway, and it's all on there. Yeah. So thanks everybody. Thank you all for coming in. Thanks, Leanne. It's been lovely.
Very welcome, Sue.
Yeah,
and it's been a pleasure to have you on. And anytime you like to pop in and say hi and let us know what you're up to, let us know. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, we'll do. Okay, well, all the best, thanks, and I'll see you soon. Yeah,
look forward to it.
Okay, see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Excellent. Sue is an incredible person. I love her energy as well. So if you haven't had a chance to catch one of Sue's shows, please do, because believe me, you won't walk out of there without tears or laughter or the emotion or whatever comes through from her shows. Every show is different, and I know Sue has taken it in a different direction a little bit, but I'm sure it's just as amazing as well. So, guys, we are running out of time. It is 9:30. Thank you all for your comments. I'm sorry we didn't get to everybody or a lot more people, but I really wanted to know what Sue was up to and just have a chat in general with her as well. So, guys, have a good night. Remember, we're on every week on Wednesday nights, 8:30 p.m. Australian Standard Central Time. We will have a different guest each week, permitting everything goes to plan and technology holds out on us as well with that. So I will leave it there. Thank you for joining us, and I will go back over your comments and have a look as well. Please keep sharing the videos and invite your friends and family to my page, to Sue's page, and any of the other special guests that we do have on the show as well. All right, take care and get some rest. Remember to do the work on the 27th, as Sue was saying, and look at the shift that you will experience in yourselves. All right, good night all. Bye.